Hey everyone, what is going on? And that is correct, folks. I spent 31 charge TMs on Hypno to get Thunder Punch. It was crazy. It kept on bouncing back between Ice Punch and Fire Punch. It was going to Focus Blast from Psychic, and all of the moves, every single move, multiple times outside of Thunder Punch until I finally got it. I was thinking of giving up, but after I used like 10 TMs, I'm like, I'm too invested into it. I just gotta keep on going. 31 TMs later, oh gosh, so I'm down to 52, which is still a lot. I know some people have none, so it's like it's still okay, it's still fine. But if you can use 31 on one Pokemon, even if you have 100, you're not safe. So, it's just really dangerous, especially when they keep on adding more moves. So they do have to allow you to pick the move that you want if you use the TM, but that's my opinion. But regardless, we are battling in the Season 1 Championships. We are doing that format for our local cup. We might actually do two local cups. We might do the Cliffhanger and the Season 1 Championships. For right now, we are battling in the Season 1 Championships, and my team is going to be Vigoroth, Tropius, Hypno, Charizard, Swampert, and Skarmory, and his team is going to be Swampert, Sableye, Raichu, Wigglytuff, Skarmory, and Tropius. So let's see how we do with this team. Just used a team, threw it together. I wanted to try out that Hypno because I know quite a few people used it in the Season 1 Championships, and it's a really good Pokemon. I didn't use it a whole lot in these battles because of that Sableye, so kind of a little bit worried about the Sableye, I guess. But outside of that, if he didn't have that on his team, it probably would have been a really solid choice, a really strong Pokemon. So I do think it's good, and I'm glad to have the Thunder Punch finally on Hypno, but I'm just not glad that I spent all of that, all of those charge TMs, and if I could get those 31 charge TMs back, Niantic can take Thunder Punch off of Hypno. I know that's not going to happen, but I would trade it back for the TMs. But either way, it is what it is. It happened, and I'm salty about it, but it happened. Let me know if any crazy thing like that has happened to you. I'm curious to know. In the future, I guess I'll look back and laugh at it, I guess, but it happens. But either way, right now, next match, we have Vigoroth against his Raichu. So that Raichu does have Thunder Shock, so it does charge up super fast. I mean, he got Brick Break off before I was able to get off Body Slam. So we switch out to mirror his Skarmory. Now, my Skarmory actually doesn't have good PvP IVs, although I did catch one that has really good PvP IVs, so I probably will be investing in that one. So, generally speaking, I do lose the matchup at the mirror, depending on shields and everything else. But, it's still a good switch-in, I guess, for this situation. I didn't want to stay in with Vigoroth because Body Slam's not doing much, and neither is Bulldoze, so I definitely don't want to stay in there. And I guess we could have farmed, we could have stayed in with counter, but I decided to switch. He is going to be able to knock me out with that Sky Attack, and that's okay. I will bring in my Vigoroth to feint him down with counters. So we have Body Slam, multiple Body Slams, or Bulldoze ready to go. Waiting to see what he brings in. It is going to be that Raichu, so we'll go for this Body Slam. And getting an excellent as well. He will shield that, so we get off another Body Slam. I believe we take both of his shields. I think he does forfeit. Yeah, he forfeits his last shield, so definitely good for us. He does bring in that Sableye, and I didn't mean to go for a Body Slam. I think I accidentally clicked on it, but it happened. I went for it, and then I decided to just do as much damage as possible because I looked what I had in the back. I was like, Hypno's not going to be good. I wanted him to use his charge move on my Vigoroth. That's what I was hoping, so he wouldn't have it for Hypno. And I wanted to do as much damage on Sableye so Hypno could come in and feint him. And now I am up a shield, so that is good for us. Plus, I know Hypno can take a foul play. He actually goes for Power Gem. I guess he clicked on it before knowing it was a Hypno. But now we're looking to be in a pretty good situation. Because we're able to get rid of that Sableye. We do take a Wild Charge to the face, which does a lot of damage, but Hypno can definitely take it. Going for the Thunder Punch, charging up really fast, knocking it out. So that is what I used all my TMs on. But anyway, we win that one. I guess thanks to Hypno. I didn't want to switch Hypno in against Sableye. I wanted to do as much damage with Vigoroth as possible to Sableye so I can come in and hopefully finish Sableye off before I take too much damage or any damage at all from his dark moves, because Hypno is weak to dark, obviously. But right now, for the next match, he has his Raichu, and I do have my Tropius, so we're going to fire off a Leaf Blade after getting hit in the face with a Wild Charge, so you can see how much Raichu does and how fast it charges. That was a nice switch, by the way. He switched into Skarmory to catch my Leaf Blade, so that was fantastic. So really nice switch on his end, plus he has energy in the back, so I don't really have a fantastic switch in, so I'm just going to go ahead and pull the switch into my Skarmory. By the way, as you can see, I'm getting better with the excellence on the flying. I don't get excellent every single time, but I am getting better, so that's always nice. So we will get hit with that Sky Attack. Actually, multiple Sky Attacks in a row. So he did charge up extra energy. That's fine. And we're going to go ahead and fire off a Sky Attack of our own, just to do as much damage as possible. Get him super low, or at least try to. We still have 2 shields. He has 1, so we are up a shield. It's always nice. I did decide to go ahead and give up one of those shields because I went for the fast move because it was it was a tie, and he unfortunately got to it first. I would have farmed him down afterwards if it wasn't a tie to save my energy, but it was a CMP tie, so it happens. Getting hit with that Wild Charge, definitely doing a lot of damage. Unfortunately, he brings in Sableye, so this is not going to bode well for us, especially since we're already low thanks to that Wild Charge. So just doing as much damage to Shadow Ball. I didn't think he'd block it, as he doesn't, so that does a good amount to Sableye, so it's okay, but we bring in Skarmory. He is going to be able to feint that, and then we bring in Tropius. Not really looking good for us. We're going to go ahead and block this Foul Play. Don't want to take any damage, but we're going to be taking damage because he has another Foul Play ready to go, as he does. So there's the Foul Play knocking us out. So he does go ahead and take that game. So it was a very good game. Thanks for the game. We're going to continue on to another battle. This time we lead with Swampert, and he leads with Wigglytuff. And Wigglytuff definitely does a lot of damage and actually wins this matchup. But the thing is, you do have to invest both shields if you want to win the matchup. So I'm okay with that. Even if I lose my Swampert, we still take both shields with Hydro Pump. He actually pulls a nice switch. However, this still does a lot to Skarmory, so I'm actually okay with that switch. So I'm glad he actually did it. So we bring in Charizard just to try it out. Good old Charizard, one of my all-time favorite Pokemon. I'm going to block that. Now, Charizard is a good counter to Skarmory, but it's not really a hard counter because he's doing a lot to my Charizard as well because it's really weak, right? Not weak, but it doesn't have good defense. So we will go ahead and go for the Blast Burn. Now, I knew he wouldn't block this, and that still does almost half, probably like 45%, close to it, or a little bit more maybe, to Swampert. So he does block the second one, so I probably should have bluffed with the Dragon Claw for the second one. But anyway, he fires off a Hydro Cannon, which will knock out Charizard, but Charizard did its job. It did a lot of damage and took a shield from Swampert, so I was very happy about that. We do get off our Hydro Cannon before he's able to get off his, and because he doesn't have a shield, that will easily knock out Swampert. He'll bring in Wigglytuff, and I'm going to switch immediately into my Vigoroth because I don't want him to charge any energy up, and we will go for that Body Slam, and we do have a shield, so I know how long it takes Wigglytuff to get to its charge moves because I've used Wigglytuff quite a bit, so I knew it wouldn't be able to get to another charge move, so we do block it, and then we're able to finish it off with Body Slam. So that was another fine game. Good game. I'm still deciding on my team. I actually don't think I'm going to be using Hypno, but I still have a lot of playtesting to do. We'll be doing videos until the Season 2 Cup is announced for October. We'll be doing videos of Cliffhanger and probably Season 1 championships. And maybe like general Great League sometimes as well until the next season is announced and the next cup, which should be the middle of September, which I'm really excited for. So I do pull the switch into Hypno, and we're going to get hit with this Wild Charge. Now, I don't block it. Perhaps I should. I don't know. I haven't been blocking it because it could always be a bluff with Brick Break, but he hasn't bluffed me with Brick Break against Hypno yet, so I guess not. But either way, he brings in his Sableye, so we are going to get off this Thunder Punch, just doing as much damage as possible. We could actually get to another one. He does fire off a charge move, so I do decide to let it go. I could have blocked and probably got to a Shadow Ball. I believe I could have, so maybe that was a mistake to not block, but that's what I did. Anyway, he'll use Foul Play, and I'm going to go and let it go through. So we do have 2 shields in the bank, but he also has 2 shields. So, pretty even match at this point. We do knock out his Sableye. I probably should have just fainted it down, but the reason I decided to knock it out is because I was afraid he would get to another charge move. But even if he did, we have 2 shields, so I probably should have fainted it down thinking of it instead of using that energy. I think I thought about that immediately after I clicked the Sky Attack, but that's okay. Anyway, we bring in Tropius to go up against Skarmory, and yeah, this is not gonna bode well for us. We're not gonna win this one because Tropius, I was trying to win. I was thinking of a way I could win, getting him pretty low, and we still have 2 shields, so I was thinking of a way I could win. But there's no way at this point because Skarmory is a hard counter to Tropius. But yeah, I guess I shouldn't have used my energy the couple turns before. I should have saved it, and just if he did get off a fast move, try to feint his Sableye down, and if he did get off a charge move, just block it, and then have my energy ready for his Skarmory that came in the back. But yeah. Anyway, no use crying over spilt milk, right? It is what it is. Anyway, we're going to block this foul play because he used the shield. I decided to invest in the shield, and we could have survived the foul play, but either way, we get to a Hydro Cannon, and that will take his second shield, so that's really good for us. He actually pulls the switch into Swampert, so I don't click on the energy until I see what came in because I was afraid Tropius would come in, but when I saw it was Swampert, I actually went for the Hydro Cannon, and I went for back-to-back Hydro Cannons before he was able to get off one, and because he has no shield, he can't block it, so very good position for us, and I was curious if I would be able to get to another Hydro Cannon, but it's actually Tropius, so I pulled the switch just in time into Skarmory, so we do have a direct counter to that Tropius. However, of course, you could always expect him to switch out. And I charge up a little bit of extra energy because I didn't want him to switch out into my Sky Attack, although I wouldn't have minded using a Sky Attack against Sableye, so maybe I still should have immediately, but yeah, usually I like to charge up a little bit extra just in case if they think, okay, he has enough for the Sky Attack now, I'm going to switch into a counter. Then if I do it like 2 fast moves later or something, that I won't fall for it. That sometimes I do that, right? But either way, this game is definitely a game that we are going to win. He will fire off an Aerial Ace against us, knocking out Skarmory, but that's okay because we have a healthy Vigoroth that can come in and just knock out his Pokemon. So we do go ahead and take that game. So fantastic game as always, and we're going to jump into another one, beginning with Tropius. This time he does begin with his Raichu, so just charging up energy and trying to get to that Leaf Blade. He actually gets to his Wild Charge first. Now it could have been a Brick Break to try and bluff, but I guess he's not bluffing at this point because I haven't been shielding Wild Charge. So we're going to fire off a Leaf Blade, which will take his shield, so I'll definitely take that. And he actually pulls the switch, and then I try to switch. I must have accidentally clicked on Leaf Blade. That must have been what happened. So, I'm not saying it was a glitch. I probably accidentally clicked on it. So unfortunately, that cost us energy when I didn't mean to do it, but it happens. Anyway, we bring in Charizard, and I'm going to go ahead and go for a Dragon Claw, hoping that he would use a shield to block it. He doesn't, probably because he was willing to let his Skarmory go down, and then he gets off his move. So what I should have done was either use the Blast Burn to knock him out, or just farmed him down and not used any of my energy, and then blocked whatever move he did. That's what I should have done. I was hoping to catch his last shield, but I guess he was willing to let his Skarmory go down. He wasn't going to block it regardless, so I would say that was a mistake on my end, but that's okay. Anyway, Wild Charge will knock out Charizard, and then we're going to bring in Tropius, trying to get to this Leaf Blade. We do get to it, but he switches in Sableye, but this is still okay. We'll do the damage to Sableye instead. I do pull the switch into Skarmory, and he's going to go ahead and get off a move against me, which is going to be foul play. Now, I'd rather have my Skarmory against his Sableye instead of against his Raichu, charging up a lot of energy. I was actually trying to get to feint him down, so I got greedy there. I should have used my Sky Attack, but it happens anyway. We bring in Tropius, and he's going to bring in Raichu with enough energy to knock us out, and yeah, so he wins the last one, and that is going to be it for this video, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Have a good day. Bye.